every stale IP that has ever had a collab is back for round 2 or round 3, or sometimes even around 4 or 5. They just won't go away. TATI has released her new brand, and the makeup gift sets and advent calendars for this season is already upon us, and we need to talk. Welcome to this week's new makeup releases. We're gonna chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced, and sneak peeked. I'm gonna let you know how I feel about these things, and then you let me know how you feel about these things down in the comments. There are quite a few things this week that I will most definitely be skipping. I am not in a makeup shopping mood, but you're gonna have to let me know if you feel differently, because listen, that's totally okay. Friends don't always agree with each other, but friends are always kind and respectful towards each other. But before we get into the makeup news, let's hear it from this week's sponsor. I'm so excited to let you know that June's Journey is back on my channel and sponsoring another video. June's Journey is a beautiful hidden objects mystery puzzle game where you follow amateur detective June Parker in this absolutely stunning 1920s themed puzzle game, finding hidden objects, following the storyline, and finding out what happened with June's family, who murdered her sister. That's how this game starts out. What I really love about this game is that not only is it absolutely stunning and has a very unique gameplay, it also has this really nice plot line where you're like intrigued and invested in the game and you want to see what happens next. I'm not gonna spoil what happens because I am definitely further along in the story and I do know some plot twists that are coming, but I also really enjoy that the story keeps on giving and introducing new environments and new plot lines and new characters. I know that I mentioned this before on my channel, but one of my absolute favorite ways of relaxing and having some me time is playing puzzle games on my phone, and June's Journey is a beautiful puzzle game. I just love being able to be myself, relax a bit in the couch, or my favorite way is actually playing for like 15 to 30 minutes in bed before I go to bed. It's just me, I turn off the lights, I play my puzzle games, I relax. Another thing that I really love about June's Journey is that you get this beautiful garden and like estate that you get to decorate yourself. This is how mine looks. I'm trying to put in some like ponds and flowers. It's really beautiful, and this is the button where you go when you actually want to do the mystery solving. Tap anywhere to start. Let me see if I can show you. Wind chimes, cake, Cupid, sun, statue, gifts, cat, telescope, peacock, and pillow. Oh, she's a pro. Perfect. Perfect. Did I make it? Did I get another star? 96%. Next time. What I really like about this game is that you can perfect it and get all the stars, which is what I usually do, or you can just speed through it and see more of the plot, which, to be fair, I don't blame you if you want that too, because I want to know what happens too. June's Journey is free to download. You can either download it by clicking the link in the description box or scanning the QR code that's on the screen right now. Thank you so much, June's Journey, for sponsoring this video. I love the game. I've been playing it for a really long time and I'm so excited to have you back on my channel. So don't forget to check it out if you want to have a nice puzzle game for relaxing times too. Let's start talking about some of the IP collabs that we have, and then we can go into some of the holiday releases, and we'll end talking about the new TATI collab because I have some thoughts. I did film this look, by the way. I actually filmed, somebody asked me, could you do another look with the GlamLite and Lord of the Rings palette inspired by your favorite character from the franchise? So I did that for my member tutorial. If you want to see more tutorials from me, this is the 59th tutorial that I'm putting up, and if you join my membership you will get access to all of my member tutorials from before, including some easy to achieve look and some really advanced ones. I have a bunch of different things. If you like old school makeup tutorials and you want to see more of those, my membership might be right for you. You also get member exclusive emojis, and for tier 2 and tier 3 we do have a Zoom call where we chat about life and stuff every month. You can always read more about that either down in the description box or if you press the button next to my subscribe button. This tutorial will probably be live tomorrow, Saturday, if you are a part of my membership. It's just an extra way to support the channel. Of course, it's totally optional. I've had my membership on my channel for years and years and years, and nothing really changes on my normal channel. If you don't join in, I'll still upload a bunch of videos. Now, let me scoochie to the side so we can put up some pictures. I want to talk about, I have some thoughts. I have a bunch of things that I want to talk about. Let's quickly mention, because we only have a sneak peek, and this is a sneak peek from Lethal Cosmetics, and they have basically said something is coming and it's more lethal than ever. Can you guess what we summoned? I will not do a guess, simply because I know what's coming. I do know what's coming. I do know that this one is coming my way. They summoned a PR package for me as well, and as soon as I have it, I'll film something and I'll let you know all about it. We'll definitely do a full collection breakdown like I usually do when Lethal has a new collection. That will be, let me think. So next week, I'm actually going to New York State, and New York City. I am going to Catskills and to NYC for a week, so there will not be a new makeup releases next week, so we'll have an extra juicy episode the week after, and it's not impossible that we will talk about this collection. Then I will let you know more once I know more, of course, but no, that's not true, because I already know more, but I will show you more as soon as they show us more. That's what I wanted to say. So that is something that's coming soon. I also saw that, I don't know how to feel about this really, but this is Twilight and SheGlam. So SheGlam is the makeup company owned by Shein, which is literally one of the biggest contributors to stuff nobody wants in in thrift stores nowadays. And SheGlam and Temu, they will literally email you like once or twice a month being like, want to do a sponsorship? Not really. And this is their Twilight collection. Is this like the 4th Twilight collection in like a year? What is going on? Is she running out of money? And also, to date, this is the one that looks the least interesting. There is an 8-pan palette. There is 7. I mean, it's affordable at least, but that's what to be expected from a Shein like Temu kind of a thing. Highlighter drops, solid perfume. Solid perfume for $4.99. This is like one of those straight to landfill kind of a thing. Lip tint, roll-on lip oil. I do think the packaging for the lip products look really interesting. Those look really nice, I will say. But I feel like it's, haven't we seen this now? Like, are we still interested in more Twilight collections? Because I would argue no. I feel like I've seen what I needed to see, okay? I think we can move on. And I feel the exact same with the new collaboration between, is this Profusion and Harry Potter. Oh my gosh. Can we like stop? Like J.K. Rowling's, which again, not one of my favorite people. I do not like the comments that she has made. And I don't think that she is... I really wish she would stop talking. I don't like how loud she is in her very hateful opinions. Does she need more money? Can you just buy an island somewhere and just like retire? Is this like the 5th Harry Potter makeup collection we've seen? Like, are we not done yet? We've definitely seen one from Colourpop. We have definitely seen one from one of those Temu brands. And I feel like there's been another one as well. And now there's one from Profusion. And I'm like, God, no, make it stop. Again, this is a fairly affordable one. And I don't hate the color story of the makeup palette. But I'm just like, I don't want to see more of this. Like, is there literally no other successful franchises out there that we can do stuff with that isn't Twilight or Harry Potter? Or Disney villains? For the love of everything, make it stop. They're not even doing fun Disney villains. It's always Maleficent. It's always Cruella de Vil. I'm just like, ugh. And then the Queen of Hearts. Where's the fun villains? It's always exactly these. Cruella de Vil. It's the evil queen, Maleficent. It's not even the Queen of Hearts and Ursula. Like, there has got to be something. There are so many villains. So many villains. You know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say. Where's Isma? Not here. Not here. Also, like, Hades. Isma and Hades are my favorite Disney villains. At least Hades got a highlighter with the Colourpop. Listen, don't get it twisted. One of the Colourpop villains collection. But this has got to be like the 5th or the 6th Disney villains, just makeup collections, because they've done a lot. No, I don't need to see more. We've seen what we needed to see. We need to move on. Move on. No more Maleficent, no more Evil Queen. They've had their makeup. We all saw the Evil Queen in that new Disney, the live action of the Snow White. When she came out, that acting, straight to jail. When she came out in that Party City outfits and started doing jazz hands, absolutely not. Straight to jail. I think this was my face. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. The actress that plays, I don't even know her name, the one who played the evil queen. I mean, she's never been a good actress, but dang, that was some high school level performance going on there. That was rough. Gal Gadot, right? You could tell in that movie that like, oh, you did not get your roles based on your great acting. Remember how I said last week that Colourpop was probably going to restock the Shadow of Secrets collection? This is a loosely based on Romantasy. It's not an actual collab with anything, but they're just making fun of a lot of the warnings in the beginning of the books and a lot of like language and lingo around reading and reviewing these books. And I do think it's a little tongue-in-cheek. It's a little fun. It's fun and games. I know if you aren't familiar with the genre, some of these names are kind of off-putting, but trust me, there is a meaning behind them. And this collection, I thought they were going to restock it this week, but it's next week. So if you're interested in this one is restocking next Thursday. You can use my discount code Angeshka and you will get some money off when you're ordering this collection. If you're interested in like the restock of this one, I will say this is probably one of the most popular Colourpop collections that they have done in a bit. And I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I'm a little bit surprised that people are going this bonkers over this. This palette is fairly cool toned, so if that is something that you like, I have this palette here somewhere. It's fairly cool toned if that is something you enjoy. We also have a kind of a collab, and this is between L'Oreal and Mugler. Mugler is a fashion house that is known for more like very feminine leaning, like kind of sexy fashion. It's really interesting that they're doing this collab together, and it is available, I love them, they say available in Europe. Okay, go off, queen. The French fashion house is teaming up with L'Oreal to launch a limited edition color cosmetics collection inspired by the Mugler archives. And it opens up a new chapter with creative director Miguel Castro Freitas? I'm not 100% sure. Mugler makes incredible fashion pieces, but I think they're most known for their fragrances, honestly. I am not myself interested in this release. There is 2 eyeshadow palettes. I think it's like a cushion foundation, some kind of like almost like balmy highlighter gel sticks, but they look like they're gonna be more like a balm, like emollient, like the gives a glow because they're actually oil and not because there's shimmer in it. Not my personal favorite. And then there are some lipsticks and a highlighter. Oh, and a mascara as well. Again, I don't think this is targeted towards people who love and buy a lot of makeup, because I don't think there's anything here that's really doing it for us. Neither the pictures, even though they brought in one of the Kardashians, Kendall's, I think, one of those sisters here, I still don't think that this is giving anything that I personally want to be part of, but I do think that this will probably sell really well with the customers who are just going into store to buy the new things. That's what I will say about that. Not for me, but I do see who it's for. We've also seen a collab between Tarte and Tana Mongeau, and you know what? How do I feel about this? I don't watch Tana Mongeau. I feel like she is one of those people who just acts and then realizes that she does stupid things at times. But I also will say that I applaud her for being very vocal and open and saying what's on her mind, which has actually, you know, shone some lights on some problematic things that others have done, and I do think that that is good. It comes back to haunt her sometimes, but I do think overall, I think she probably means well, but then sometimes she doesn't really think before she acts. Again, I don't know the person, I've never met her, but it's one of those people that I have a sneaking suspicion that if I met her, I would get along with her. With that being said, she's definitely done and said some problematic things. Hopefully she's grown from it. This is the Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump and Maracuja Juicy Melt Mask. Both of them come in the shade Tana, and they're also going to offer some different sets where you can get one with a lip liner, and I think they have like some kind of a holder for the phone as well. That's a sticker. Listen, Rhodes started something, and I want to like takes backseas. Okay, I want to like boop, revert. I want to go back. I want to have one of those Uno revert cards. I'm like, nope, let's go back in time. Nobody wants to see that. I don't want to have anything on my phone. I feel like my phone is already too big. Like I say, as I have like one of these shells on. But I've actually toyed with the idea of not having a case on because I feel like my phone is already too big. With that being said, I was lured into getting one of those like bigger phones because it's good for you. Next time I want to get like a smaller phone because I think it's too big, and having something on the back of my phone as well, I'm gonna have to upgrade like my purse collection if I'm gonna have stuff like that. So that is not for me. The color seems really cute though, and I feel like it's one of those colors that we've seen Tana in. I don't love those clicky sticks. I feel like they're goopy and a lot. The only ones I've loved from Tarte is, funnily enough, their PH collection, because those were not as goopy and they just went on a little nicer on the lips. I haven't tried the one with the cushion, like the lip mask one. I haven't tried them. Maybe they're great. I feel like I'm tapped out on the lip products. But honestly, I think that they've done a collab before and I think it went well. I don't think it's weird that they're doing another collab. I just don't think I'm the target audience, and I'm pretty okay with that. I'm okay with Liz being like watching this from afar. We don't need to own everything. Okay, we don't need to own everything, and we definitely don't need to support everyone. Okay, let's talk about a couple of indie releases before we get into some holiday things. The first one I want to mention is, this is a sneak peek from Klarity Cosmetics. This is Meet Lily's Little Sister Pure Petals. This is the packaging, and if this is going to be the color scheme, I am all about it. It looks like it's going to be like, you know, blue. You know, I love blue. I haven't done something blue in a really long time. I feel like it's time for, I've been into mixing colors with neutrals as of late, but I am craving something really fun and blue. I feel like it's time. So we'll talk more about this once we've seen more, but I saw this cover and I was like, oop, that seems really cute. You can use my code Agnieszka when you are shopping over at Klarity as well. I am very excited to try more things from the brand. This one has been revealed. Do I have it in front of me? No, I don't know why, but this is the Trapped collection from Gourmande Girl. So they are releasing an eyeshadow palette, 2 different highlighters, and there is a bunch of different lip glosses. I don't even know exactly how many. 14 lip glosses, traditional duochrome and multichrome finishes, and they're also gonna have curated PR boxes. I did talk about this in my video on Wednesday. If you want to see swatches, me going through this collection and doing 2 different looks, if you want to see my thoughts on it, that was Wednesday's video. Maybe you missed it, maybe you want to check it out. This collection is launching today and you can get 10% off with my discount code Agnieszka. And I did talk about the PR boxes in that video that I wasn't 100% sure, because I know Christina and we were talking about like how she wanted to do with the PR boxes, and it seems like she settled on doing some pre-curated boxes where you get the palette, 1 of the highlighters, and 2 of the lip glosses if you want to get like a bundle deal. I am so excited to see indie brands that I know and love just create more products, not just eyeshadow palettes, doing full collections, launching more than 1 item. I want to see brands thrive and grow and expand and just show that they can do more things. And this makes me incredibly excited. Those highlighters were so good. Where did I put them? Oh, I put them over here. I see them. I need to use that one again tomorrow. I used something else today, and this is really pretty too, but dang, that like peachy gold highlighter, so pretty. And I got compliments wearing that full collection. I went bar hopping, which was, everything about that evening was against my will. No, it was fun, but I got lots of compliments on my makeup and I felt fierce. That one is launching today, like I said. Oh, I forgot to talk about this collab. So this was announced too. I totally forgot about this. GlamLite is doing a collab with Saw. I think we have known about this for a bit because they've been giving not so subtle clues for quite some time that this is going to be one of their Halloween releases. Usually GlamLite has quite a few collabs that's happening around Halloween time, starting now up until in a bit, what they're going to do with different like horror and like Halloween IPs. I don't watch horror movies because I hate being scared. I hate those like, hate jump scares. I hate feeling scared. I hate feeling that uneasy feeling. I know for a lot of people, it's almost like an adrenaline rush. It almost makes people feel like they're alive. I just get angry. Like, don't scare me. I will punch you. Okay? I don't like being scared. I don't like that uneasy feeling. It just makes me angry, and I don't like being angry. I am a very happy, positive, go-lucky kind of a person, okay? I don't want to be angry. So for me, horror is absolutely out of the question. I don't mind gore. That doesn't really actually affect me at all, but I hate jump scares. It just makes me so angry. So I've never seen Saw. I am not planning to see Saw, but there will be blood and glam. Saw times GlamLite launching this fall. I don't know if they've given any more information about this. It doesn't really seem like it, but there's definitely something coming. I would not be surprised if this drops in maybe 2 weeks, something like that. You can use my discount code Agnieszka if you're shopping from GlamLite on their website. I do also know that they do tend to drop their collections on TikTok Shop as well if you prefer that. I still have not bought anything ever from TikTok Shop. It's not my favorite preferred method of shopping, but I know a lot of people absolutely love TikTok Shop. I have friends that are like, oh my god, what do you mean? I love TikTok Shop. So I'm definitely out of the norm on that one, but keep an eye open because they do have some deals sometimes. But if you also prefer shopping on their website, you can use a code and you can get some money off. I will put all of the details about all of the things that I'm talking about today down in the description box in case you're interested. I have never tried this brand, but a lot of my friends have tried this brand and they're saying it's so good. So this is Kryptein Cosmetics, and this is the full reveal and launch details of the Emerald collection. So this is launching September 4th, so I think it's already available. Yeah, it launched on Thursday. So the eyeshadow palette is going to be $59. They do put out here that it's before tariffs, so keep that in mind as well. $59 before tariffs. The highlighter is going to be $25 before tariffs, and if you purchase both of them, you'll get 10% off. Oh, the highlighter. If you buy the highlighter and the palette, they'll give you 10% off the highlighter. It seems you can get free international shipping over $100 if there's something more that you want to purchase from them. Like I said, I've never tried this brand, but I've heard a lot of my friends liking this brand and comparing it to some other similar formulas out there, like Bella Beauté Bar or Ensley Rain before we stopped reviewing Ensley Rain, and also like Gourmande Girls or Fantasy Cosmetica. And I am intrigued to see what this is, but not enough to purchase and try it. And I think it comes back. Okay, around this time of the year is where I start being overwhelmed by my collection, because there starts to be a lot of makeup everywhere and I'm just feeling like it's taking over my life, and I kind of just want to get rid of things because my collection starts getting full of things that I've tried out through the year that I'm actually not fond of. So this is the time of the year where I start feeling like I don't want to get anything else, and that's how I'm feeling with a lot of makeup right now. I don't want to try anything. I don't want to buy anything. This had been released in the beginning of the year. I might have been interested because I like the color story, but right now I'm just like, whoo, take me out of here, save me. Ooh, there's actually a couple of like just mainstream releases we can talk about before we start talking about holiday things. One of them is a new foundation from Makeup by Mario. What happened to releasing complexion products in January? Because the last foundation that Makeup by Mario released was not this January, but the January before. And this is going to be, I think, the counterpart to that one, because this is going to be the SurrealSkin Natural Finish Foundation. So this is going to be a medium foundation with more a matte finish for oily combo skin or normal oily combo skin. And the other foundation is now instead being described as a dewy foundation with a light medium coverage for more dry normal skin, which makes sense because that foundation was straight up glittery. Like you could see in the bottle, it was like shimmery, which again, I don't hate, but it also felt incredibly dewy on the skin. It was not my absolute favorite foundation. This one is intriguing. It is $48, all day shine control and up to 16 hours of hydration. I do like when it's hydration and shine control because you can definitely get both of them. This one is releasing September. Oh, it's available. You know what? Do I want to try this? There's a lot of foundations releasing now. And it's fascinating to see because I don't remember this time of the year being a time of the year when a lot of complexion products are being released, but I wonder if it's a sign of the time that we have been in, where people have been so focused on complexion for a couple of years. And I feel like brands are always like, they're a little staggered behind. Like they're not always keeping up with the Joneses in like with the trends and stuff. And sometimes brands will see a trend that's going on and try to release something, and they end up releasing it like a year or 2 years after. So I'm wondering if a lot of brands are doing these kind of release this year instead of color cosmetics, because that has been the trend that has been ongoing for a couple of years, because there's been quite a lot of brands that are doing complexion products in a time where brands usually release color cosmetics. I don't know. This is just me speculating. I would love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, that one is available now. Gucci, we talked about it last week, and they're also releasing a blurring and mattifying tinted powder, which means it could either be a finishing powder or it could be a light coverage foundation, if that's what you're looking for. Creates a perfect natural looking complexion with long lasting. That is not good grammar. Enriched with black rose oil to soothe and comfort. It can be layered for sheer to medium coverage. Okay. It comes with an applicator and a mirror, and it is 7 shades online at Sephora, more shades available at Nordstrom in Europe. So that's probably Sephora not wanting the full range. $65, not something that I'm gonna try myself, but I do like how the compact looks for sure. Okay, let's talk about the new holiday palettes by Hourglass. I feel like we talked about these a bit because I think that one of them got leaked ahead of time, but now we've been able to see them. And you know what? They look exactly like I expect them to look. They look like any other year's palettes. And I don't know. Okay, for me, there is no universe where I would go through a palette like this and then need to buy a new one next year. Even if I did only use this one for a full year, I don't know if I would go through it and need a new one. But people keep telling me that they buy it every year, so maybe you are. I just don't see a universe where I would need a new one every year, even if I was a person. And I feel like they're so similar, but maybe it's a collector thing. I don't know. I just, for me, this is a fairly uninteresting release because I feel like they release a tiny variation of the same kind of palette on the inside every year. It's just a different outside. It's just not something that I want. I don't even know if these are new colors or not. It seems to be 3 to 4 new shades in each palette, and then a couple of like already existing shades. Again, this isn't for me. This isn't made for me either. And again, I don't even love face palettes. I'm just letting you know they're available. I will link them down below in case this is something that you buy every year. For me, this is not something that I'm excited about. But again, I realize these palettes are not meant for me. We also have a new product from MAC, and I find this incredibly interesting because I've not heard about something that is marketed the way that these are marketed. This is the MAC Pro Lip Erase, a lightweight flesh-toned balm that visibly neutralizes and erases the natural color of your lip. So it's meant to look like your lip. This is Concealer Lips 2025. That's what this is. It's meant to be like more of a hydrating lip balm, but it erases the color of your lips. Concealer lips, but make it modern. I find it incredibly interesting that MAC is releasing something like this at a time where people are actually talking about the return of concealer lips, but made in a modern way. So they're not just like blacked out lips, but like something like this. I wonder if this will be enough to be interesting. Again, they come in a pot, which isn't my favorite type of way to distribute something like this, but like look at this swatch here. That is concealer lips. But when you look at like this, I mean that looks good. That is the medium cool. This is the light medium neutral. That will be the one for me. I don't know. I mean, I'm liking the innovation, and I'm liking how timely this is in a time where people are talking about the return of concealer lips, but I'm still questioning if that is enough for it to be a hit. I don't know. I find it interesting though, very interesting. We've also seen a new blush from Glossier. This is the Cloud Paint Plush Blush. And it comes with a new, that doesn't come with a new brush, but they've released a new brush as well. And this is a pillowy soft memory cloud texture. So it's one of those we talked about this. We talked about the putty formula blush for, like, a lot of brands are doing that. It's one of the textures. It was really big when I was looking at Cosmoprof, and now they're coming out. I'm not even slightly surprised. A lot of shades though. That's one of the things that I will say. These are a lot of shades. And I'm really enjoying those more lilac-y tones, clearly, and also those like more browny tones. Am I intrigued enough to try it? You know what? Probably. But I would want, oh my God, it looked like something was happening. But I would want to see them in store and actually swatch them, because when I look at this picture here, it seems like they're very sheer, and I need to see like, where are we at? Let's talk about the absolute flood of advent calendars, gift sets, bargain thingamabobs coming out of the wazoo. What I feel is the appropriate way to think about these. I talked about this last year and probably the year before as well. All of these advent calendars, gift sets, they're all going to talk about the value. This is the value of the set. Look at all of these things you're getting and what you would be paying if you bought them separately. But keep it in the back of your head. The value is only there if you actually wanted all of the things. What you need to do is add up the value of the things you actually would have bought or actually want to try. And if that is the cost of, like, if that value that you will get from the product is more than what you're paying for the product. Because it doesn't matter if you are buying one of those fancy calendars for $200 or more, if the only products that you wanted to try or actually were interested in were $150. You didn't get the value of this calendar that's like $700 if it isn't worth that to you, if you didn't want all of those products. Same with those gift sets at Sephora. If it's 4 different lip glosses in there and they're like, oh my God, the value, if you didn't want all 4 of those colors separately, or you can't find friends to split it with, there's no value in that set. It's only you paying for this imaginary value for shades you didn't want. You didn't need all of it. All of those perfume sets that are giving you 5 different perfumes. Do you need that? Do you need all of those perfumes together? Or those vaults where they're like, NYX is famous for doing this. They'll do a vault set with like 12 lip glosses and they're like, share with your friends. Do I even have 12 friends to share that? Do you have 12 friends to share that with? And do you have some friends that will be happy to take that dark purple and dark blue? Maybe you do. But like, I think that we are in a time where we're almost fooling ourselves that we're making so many bargains. We're getting so much value. We're getting big sets with all of these things and we're saving so much money. You're not saving money, you're spending money. And I'm not here to judge anyone if you actually think that these sets are perfect for you, if these sets contain all the things you want. Like, I have a friend that I think last year bought one of those Sol de Janeiro sets that had a bunch of things. And she was like, this is perfect. This is my favorite scent. I use it every day and I love all of these products. This will last me until next year. That's amazing. But just be honest with yourself so you're not spending money on calendars or gift sets or vaults that you actually don't want or need. That's not you making a bargain. That's just you spending money on stuff that you wouldn't have bought otherwise. Ooh, look at this. I just got this picture up on my Instagram, then I opened it up again. And This Story Deserves a Sequel. Volume 2 by Nicola Rose and BK Beauty is coming on the 18th of September. There's a link in their bio to join the wait list. And it seems like they're gonna do another set. I'm guessing they're gonna do another brush set. I think that's going to be... I actually didn't try the first brush set. I'm not on the BK Beauty PR list, and I actually didn't end up buying them, but I know I went in and I looked at a couple of the brushes. I don't remember why I didn't buy them. Maybe I'll see how this new set... Because again, I do own my own brand and we do brushes, but I don't exclusively use my own brushes. I use some from Sigma, I use some from Game Beauty, from BK Beauty. There's a Refer, I have a couple that I use. Like, there is a bunch of brands that do really great brushes, and even though technically I could use my own brushes every day and be happy with that, sometimes there's other brushes from other brands that I really enjoy as well. So I'm intrigued to see what this is, and we'll talk more about it once we know more. Probably when I'm back from New York. I saw this one and I was like, that's a choice. This is online exclusive new shades in the powder blushes from Nars. And it's a neutral brown, shimmering peach, blah, blah, blah. One of them is a matte ivory. And all of these shades are very light, and maybe that's what the shade range wants, but I have never, ever wanted a matte ivory, which is like a warm white, for a blush. But I think it's for the technique where they put blush under here. But I'm like, why can't we do that with a normal powder? I'm a little bit confused by that, because to me that's an oxymoron. But again, I am not familiar with every makeup technique out there by far. I will say that like almost lavender, sparkling lilac, that got my attention. I was like, oh, that looks really nice. I am excited about that one. So I could be about that. I'm not against it, but do I need to buy a new blush? No. Do I need to buy another lilac blush? No. I have some that I love, and I also know some that are coming. Like, I don't need to get more. This one made me intrigued because I love a cooling skincare, and this is from Tirtir. I wonder if this is gonna come to Ulta. Some of you told me that Tirtir actually are in store in a lot of Ultas, and I need to find out if they're in store in my Ulta. I want to find out about that. But this is Freeze the Heat, Unleash the Glow. Meet the new Tirtir Ice Cooling Collection. Toner pads, serum, and cream designed to cool, calm, and refresh your skin. See, this is what I like. I love cooling skincare. I love the one from Tony Moly. I love the one from Clarins, but it is very expensive. And I just want to see, how is this one? How is this one? Because it's going to be not as expensive, right? Because Tirtir is not super expensive. So this is definitely up my alley. This is definitely on my list. And I'm thinking maybe toner pads. Instant icing solution for morning swelling and sunburnt skin. And then the serum is locks in moisture, blocks heat from the ultimate cool down shield. Capsule, peptide, hyaluronic acid. And then the cream is a final layer of calming calmness. Wrap your skin in soothing water shield. Oh, I do love a water cream. I'm very intrigued by this. It's been a while since I was this intrigued by a skincare release, because I love cooling skincare. There's something about it that's just so uplifting and refreshing, and it just feels refreshing and somewhat like almost not energizing, but yeah, it's almost like, like a minty refresher, but for your skin. Okay, before we talk about the new brand by TATI, let's also talk quickly about the new eyeshadow palette by Byredo. I have still not tried any makeup from Byredo. Byredo is a Swedish brand, so they actually do have a counter. If you're ever in Sweden, or if you're living in Sweden, they do have a counter at the NK, the Nordiska Kompaniet, which is in Stockholm. I'm sure they have one in Gothenburg as well. NK is like our Neiman Harrods. It's like just a fancy department store. And they do have a counter, and I'm sure you can find their makeup there. So this is originally a Swedish brand, so the perfumes are, again, from a Swedish brand. They also have a standalone store in Stockholm if you're interested. So this is going to be an 18 color eyeshadow palette, buildable, blendable, powder, cream shades, delivering intense color payoff, lasting up to 12 hours. I want my eyeshadow to last at least 12 hours. And it says essential hues in earthy tones and delicate beige, warm ochre color, blah, 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 blah. Signature red in bold burgundy tones. Okay, I love a good red tone for sure. It is a mirrored steel case adorned with crisp paper motif. It's $115, and I think this one is available now. I've seen a couple of people that I'm subscribed to on YouTube hold up this palette in their thumbnails, which, I mean, it could be in PR, of course, so what do I know? This is, according to me, it's like a very neutral brown beige 9-pan attached to a pretty red-leaning warm, like a red warm neutral palette. This isn't for me. I've been very into neutrals as of late, but I don't need this many neutrals. And I've also felt the texture of these Byredo shades, and it's not the kind of texture, they are that like, again, cream to powder, silky, slinky. It is a very exquisite formula, but not what I like to work with. I like working with powder shadows that you can build on each other. I do love a cream to powder as well, especially the ones that Natasha Denona has. And I think that this is the right palette for some people, and a lot of people love the Byredo formula. I just have seen it, I've felt it. I know for a fact this wouldn't be something that I would reach for a lot, especially not in this color story. But it doesn't mean that I don't think it's not for anyone. I just think it's pretty expensive for something that I definitely would not get a lot of use out of. Let's then talk about the new brand by TATI Westbrook. So let's make a long story short. TATI used to have Halo Beauty, and then she had TATI Beauty. TATI Beauty was, I think it was a startup incubator brand under the Seed Beauty umbrella. They were probably using their facilities and their formulas to quickly get a brand on the market. I do think I know there's a lot of brands that work that specific way. There's a lot of beauty guru incubator brands on the market that I don't think everybody knows is that, like Auric, for example, and also what's Ali Glein's brand. They have like really beautiful lipsticks. Ravi Beauty, that is also another incubator brand. And then she got in a lot of legal trouble because one of her co-owners with Halo Beauty thought that she was supposed to release her makeup together with them. It ended up with her basically having to give up eventually her part in Halo Beauty, closing down TATI Beauty, and now she is back with, I think it's called Details by TATI. So it's basically like be in the know, think about the details, something about that. I looked at the website. It seemed like an interesting concept. I think they're starting, again, according to this, I think they're starting with brushes. I mean, I started with brushes. It's not a bad place to start your brand, to get a feel for the market with something that I felt very confident with brushes. Like, I know what a good brush is. I went through quite a lot of samples before I decided what I wanted to do, and I'm sure that TATI feels the same, like she knows brushes. And also it's something that doesn't have an expiration date on it. So for that reason, it's a safe product to start with, just feeling out the market, knowing where you want to go. I don't know if this is something that I will be getting into. I'm trying to go to detail, because I feel like I saw, yeah, here it is. Details by TATI. Oh my god, already has 300,000. I am following this one. It is launching. Your new favorite makeup brushes are almost here. Well, I don't know about that. I do have some favorites already. It is launching today as you're seeing this. It's probably already maybe available as you're seeing this because it's launching in the Pacific time in the morning. And they are going to be offering worldwide shipping. I don't know the price point of these brushes. TATI isn't really known for having like a super affordable taste. So I'm guessing this will probably be around the BK Beauty price range, which is just some dollars more than some of the other brands I talked about. I feel like BK Beauty, Sigma are in the little bit of a higher price range, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Details by TATI is in the same price range. Like I said, I mentioned a couple of brush brands that I love, like Refer, and of course my brand Cinch Beauty and Game Beauty. Those are a little bit lower than Sigma and BK, and I wouldn't be surprised if Details is in the same price range as those two, just based on what we know about TATI so far. I am intrigued to see what this means. I haven't looked into the trademarks. Usually trademarks doesn't say that much about a brand though, because when you do file for trademarks, you do have to you file for everything. Because you're like, well, listen, I don't know where this is taking me. So you might as well file for everything because you don't know where it's taking you, and also file for everything to keep others from releasing products in another category that could be mistaken for your brand. So you're basically like just securing your way and just like, I'm gonna secure my name in all of these, not because you want to release in all of those categories, but because you don't want anyone else to release all of a sudden hair ties with like Details by TATI, like, or Cinch Beauty. Like you don't want that. So you're basically securing up a lot of different areas. But I would not be surprised if we saw color cosmetics from TATI coming in a year and a half from this brand. That's gonna be I'm just feeling the temperature. That's what I think. It's in the air, basically. So that is it's not a stab in the dark. This is pretty much just, you know, stab in broad daylight. I'm doing a pretty decent guessing that is what's coming in the future. Let me know what you think about this release. If I can find, like, when this video is going live, we will know for sure what the price point is going to be. But if we can find it, we'll put it in the details below, because I am intrigued to see what it's about. Okay, that was all the things that I had. Let me scooch back to the middle and let me know what you think about the things that have been releasing this week. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you again so much to June's Journey for sponsoring this video. I am such a big fan of the game, so don't forget to check out the game in the top of the description box down below, or by scanning the QR code that you're seeing on screen right now. June's Journey is such a beautiful hidden objects puzzle game, and I definitely suggest you trying it out to get something relaxing to play to. I hope you're having the most amazing Friday, amazing weekend. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you, well, in my member tutorial probably tomorrow, and in Monday's video as well. I will still have videos as usual next week, just not a new makeup releases, but I will see you soon in a new video.